Welcome back to Two Brothers Comics. I'm Dustin, and tonight we're going to do something new. We're going to do a preview for this weekend's Whatnot sale, and it's going to be a doozy. So if you're missing out and catching this on the replay, make sure you pay attention to everything that's going to be available here so you know what you can come and get this Sunday, May 1st, 2022. And if you are watching, hit the like button while the intro plays and stay tuned. All right, we've got a lot of stuff to go over, and I'm going to try to get it done in a timely manner. You may see some interaction with the live chat throughout the video if you're watching it on the replay, but I do want to let everyone know immediately that if you click on the link in the description below, it's going to give you a $10 credit to go towards your first purchase on Whatnot just by clicking that link below. You're going to get $10 just to go and blow on Whatnot. So that's a really cool thing that they do there at Whatnot. If you've never been on there, if you've been on the fence about whether or not to check it out because it's the new cool hyped up thing, well, there's a reason for that. Whatnot is definitely the new premier place to purchase all things collectibles, not just comic books, Funko Pops, toys, Pokemon cards, sports cards, mystery boxes, box breaks, anything you can think of. It's going to be available there on Whatnot. And what makes Whatnot better than eBay or Macari? Well, first of all, when you're doing the auctions on Whatnot, when you're participating in those auctions, it's not like eBay where if you have a question, maybe they'll only have one picture of the book and you have some questions. So you send them a message and the sale's got 3 days left and you're hoping and praying they get back to you with an answer to your question before the sale ends. And then if they don't, you have to make the decision. Do I buy blindly or do I just miss out on the item and hope that, it wasn't what I was actually looking for? You don't have any of those issues here on Whatnot. On Whatnot, the person is there live. You ask a question, they see it immediately. They will answer it right then and there. You want to see the back of the book, they can show you the back of the book. You want to see the spine of the book, they can show you the spine of the book live right there. And on top of that, Whatnot sellers are responsible for shipping within 48 hours. 48 hours of your purchase, we have to have your stuff shipped. So that's something I think is really cool as well. And you don't have that, in a lot of other places. There's no, the sellers aren't really pushed to get something shipped in a very timely manner, like we are here on Whatnot. Also, we have ratings on Whatnot as well, so it's very, very important that we keep our ratings up because that depending on our rating, that affects how we get paid. So the ratings on Whatnot aren't like on eBay where the ratings can be like, no big deal. If I get a bad rating, I can just cancel my account, start a new one, and start over with the ratings. You're not gonna be able to do that here on Whatnot because all sellers are vetted through Whatnot. We all have to go through basically an interview process, face-to-face interview process before we can sell on Whatnot. So if you get a bunch of bad reviews on Whatnot, you say you're going to start a new Whatnot account, it's not going to really work for you. You're not going to be able to do that. So it definitely is something that you can look at as being somewhere where you can buy anything you're looking for there that you purchase. You can purchase in confidence that you are going to get the item. You're going to get the item as described. And if not, well, it's going to be taken care of. Whatnot's really good about making sure that the buyers are taken care of as well. So just wanted to get that out there for anybody who has not had an experience with making purchases on Whatnot. As a seller, it is also really, really cool because we don't have to deal with any of the shipping fees or anything. The shipping is taken completely out of the box for us. All we have to do at the end of the sale is print those shipping labels, pack up the books, and drop them off. We don't have to take shipping money. We don't have to worry about, oh man, I got, $800 out of this sale, but then I got to cash out $200 to pay for shipping. No. They take care of that for you. And then they get the shipping labels and the packing slips ready for you. All you have to do is print them out, slap them on your packages, and send them off. It's a great platform. I was honestly a little bit skeptical at first, and then I jumped on there. And when I jumped on there and I started selling, I was like, man, because I'll be honest with you guys, I hate selling comics. Like, it's not that I hate selling comics. I have a hard time finding the time to sell the comics, pack the books up, do the PayPal, get the shipping in, or get the money in, and then you have to wait for the money to hit your PayPal so you can take the shipping money out and pay for the shipping. I don't have to worry about any of that. And once you have 1,000 sold items, and as long as you have a seller rating of 4.8 or higher, you actually can get approved for advanced pay, which means as soon as you create the shipping label, they will pay you immediately. You don't have to wait until the 2 to 3 business days after confirmed delivery. Once you do have the 1,000 plus sales and a seller rating of 4.80. So it's fantastic, honestly. It actually has been super easy to use. It works really, really well, especially through the iOS product. So if you have Apple anything, it's going to be, spiffy for you. We can do previews on there, and we can load the books up and have the whole, like if you go to my sale that I have for this Sunday, I've got all my books in there with descriptions, with pictures, everything. And you can go in there and actually pre-bid. So say you can't make it to the sale this Sunday. Well, you can go in there and drop a hammer of a pre-bid to help ensure that you get the book, because that means I can't start the bid any lower than what you pre-bid. And that gives you an opportunity to take a chance at getting the books or the Funko Pops or figures or whatever it is without even having to actually be present during the sale. So I've taken advantage of that many times. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's why I say the best thing to do is put out the maximum bid you're willing to pay for that item. If you know you're not going to be able to be there, that way you have the best opportunity to get it. You could have got it cheaper if you were there, but at least you got the item. So just one quick tip. I see we have a few people hanging out in the chat, so I appreciate you guys hanging out. What I'm going to do here. Oh, you didn't include a social media account. Yeah, they have to have a way to verify you, bro. They have to have a way to make sure that they can get in touch with you. So you can't just ghost them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't just that's part of their vetting process. They're not going to let just any old joker come in there and, be, completely dead to the world outside of Whatnot, sell a bunch of bogus books, get paid, and then bounce, cancel all their bank accounts and everything and bounce with a bunch of money. So, I hate that happened, but at the same time, it's good to know that they are taking it seriously with this vetting process when they are vetting the sellers for Whatnot. So if anybody has any questions real quick before we get started on showing the books, do you guys have any questions about Whatnot, purchasing or selling on Whatnot? Please hit me in the chat with that. And if you're watching on the rewind, drop some questions. If you have any questions about buying or selling on Whatnot, definitely hit me up and let me know on there. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, if you have never used Whatnot, you can click that link in the description below. It is there right now, and you can get yourself $10 on Whatnot. Free money just by creating an account, and you can use that towards your first purchase on Whatnot. And then once you do that, man, I'm telling you, it's game over. It is game over. And get in now, because Whatnot is getting really big, really, really fast. So get in there now if you want to do be a seller, especially if you want to be a seller. That way you can go ahead and create a following before it continues to grow and grow and grow and grow. Because that is something that, like any other platform, your following is your bloodline. Now, another cool thing about Whatnot is you can start on Whatnot with zero followers. But as soon as you go live, they're going to put you up on if you're selling Funko Pops, there's a Funko Pop hashtag that you have to click on, letting them know what you're selling. That way they can throw you in the right category. So if I'm just scrolling through looking for Funko Pop sales, I will see that one in there. And even if you don't have any followers, and sometimes last tip here, when I'm looking on Whatnot to make purchases, And I'm scrolling through all the shows, and I see that we have 150 people in this show, 100 people in this show, 70 people in that show. I'm scrolling past all those. I'm looking for the one that's got like 10, 15 and under, 20, 20 and under people watching that sale. That's less bidders that you have to fight against. In order to get books for a good deal. And just because there's not a bunch of people watching doesn't mean that person's not selling good books or big books or whatever you're looking for. It might just mean they're kind of new, and that's less people you have to fight over to get those books. So that's just what I like to do. I like to go to the smaller viewed shows and show those guys some love, but also gives you a great opportunity to get some great deals on some books. And people get good deals on books all the time in there and whatnot. So I'm going to open up the Comic Cam really quick, and we're going to get started showing you guys what we're going to have this Sunday. I believe this Sunday the sale starts at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is my time slot. I've been running that time slot for several months now. I used to be like the only seller on Whatnot for like the first, from like 10 o'clock until like 1 o'clock. Like there was nobody selling on Whatnot except me at that time. Of course, that's changed, but I play great music. You definitely can always expect great music and great books and a fun time when you're hanging out with me and Whatnot. I promise you that. So here we go with the comic book camera here. Hopefully everybody can see that. Let me just make sure that we are good and centered. That looks good. Let's see. Norton Rab, what's up? What's up, man? I'm going to have some surfer books in here. Joe, what's up, man? Easy to buy. Just set up a credit card and it gets charged automatically when you win. Yeah, absolutely. And that's another great thing for sellers too. You don't have to worry about somebody bidding on a book, because that's one thing. Like I still like to jump on and do live sales on YouTube with some of my buddies like Sands and Russell over Who Dat Comics. Those guys are pretty much the kings of the YouTube auction platforms. But the difference between doing the YouTube auction platform or even Instagram and Whatnot is when you win a bid, when you're the highest bidder at the end of that timer, you are automatically charged. I don't have to hunt you down on the DMs and wait 2 or 3 days, which isn't a problem as long as there's a line of communication. That's never an issue. But just, as a seller, it's nice to know, at the end of my stream, when I hit end show, whatever it says that I sold that day, that money is there. It's locked in. Now, as a Whatnot buyer, you can choose to put in a cancel item, and I think it's up to the discretion of Whatnot and the Whatnot seller on whether or not they're going to allow that cancellation to go through. But for the most part, it's pretty much a done deal after the auction is over. Once that timer is ended, boom, money is in there, and you're good to go. Is it true you don't get paid until the buyer gets their package? So yeah, that was something I went over earlier. When you first start out with Whatnot, you get paid 24 to 48 hours after the package has been confirmed delivered. Now, once you get up to 1,000 items sold and a Whatnot seller rating of 4.8 or better, you actually will be enrolled into auto pay, which means as soon as you hit print packing slip, that money will roll into your account. And as soon as you print all your packing slips, get your stuff packaged up, by the time you get them packaged up, your money's in your account. You can transfer it to your PayPal and then to your bank account or whatever you want to do. So that's a good thing to keep the sellers honest too, because that's incentive. We want to keep our rating up. So we want to make sure we're packaging well. We want to make sure that we're giving great descriptions on the books, making sure we're keeping the buyers happy so that they give us a good rating, because that rating affects our money. And everybody knows when it comes to your money, nobody is playing around. Nobody's playing around when it comes to money. So in the beginning, yes, you do have to wait until the book has hit their doorstep, and it's like 24 to 48 hours after confirmed delivery, just like eBay and Mercari works. But once you get 1,000 items sold, which does not take long, and you have that Whatnot seller rating of 4.8 or better, then you're enrolled in auto pay, and that's a fantastic thing. I just got there myself. I've been at like a 4.97 or higher the entire time, but I don't get to sell every single week just because of my schedule. So it took me a little while to get up to the 1,000 items sold, but now I'm there and I'm available for the auto pay. So it's a really cool thing. I mean, and they do everything they can to make sure they're protecting both the buyer and the seller, because obviously they want the platform to look good so that the platform can continue to grow and do well like it is now. I do like about Whatnot. I win, boom, it's paid for, and we are on to the next auction. Absolutely. 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 Brian Clark, what's going on? Tony Martinez hanging out over on Facebook. What's up, man? If you wanted to click over to the YouTube side of things, you could see the chat going on there and get in here and communicate in the chat with some of these other folks if you wanted to. But if not, glad to have you watching over there on Facebook. Big Nosh, what's up, brother? Alan, Art Chemist, Joe Rios. Thanks to all you guys hanging out in the chat. Yes, several ASM under 100 I'm going to be showing today that will be for sale this Sunday. Absolutely. Is there a way to print packing slip? Absolutely. So once you're done with your sale, you go onto your computer. Everything on Whatnot runs through your phone. You run your sales through your cell phone, or thanks to Nick and my wonderful wife, I use an iPad, which I cannot tell you the difference between using my Galaxy phone and the iPad. The iPad is 1,000 times better. I think Apple tends to get the updates a lot quicker. So the iPad is a game changer for Whatnot for sure, especially with having the OtterBox, because the case is actually a stand. But once you get done with your sale, you go on to your computer, you log into your account, then you go to that sale, and it's going to group together. So if Tony Martinez bought 32 books, it's going to have Tony Martinez's book there, and it's going to have all 32 of his books grouped together. And then if Alan bought 14 books, Alan's going to have a name right there, and all of his books are going to be right there together. And it's going to tell me everything he bought. And all I have to do is hit print packing slip. It's going to print you a shipping label and a packing slip immediately. And then what I like to do is I like to go in, I like to take my box, and I'll go through the orders, and I'll group everybody's books together. Then I'll go, and when I start packing, everybody's books are already grouped together. That way all I have to do is say Alan had these books here, and I'll have Alan's books all facing front, and then the next person's will be facing backwards. So I know, okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, there's 15 books. Those are Alan's. I'll double check them on the packing slip. There's Alan's books. We're packing and we're moving. So they do have the packing slips already ready for you to print, and the shipping labels. You don't have to pay for the shipping. All that's handled through Whatnot. So, and as a buyer, you get a great deal on shipping through Whatnot. I mean, honestly, you really do. I think it's like $3 for your first purchase, and then $1 after that for each purchase, just to keep up with the weight. And everything packaged and sold through Whatnot is only shipped through priority shipping, or what's the other one? Not priority, but oh my gosh, first class. So it's only first class or priority. So you're not going to get any of that crappy media mail. It's going to take you 32 days to get the books either. So just another perk to buying your books on Whatnot is you're going to get them in a very timely manner. Because again, we have 48 hours to ship them out. No matter if it's comic books, Funko Pops, figures, Pokemon cards, baseball cards, doesn't matter. We got 48 hours to get your stuff to you. And then it's coming first class or priority, whichever. It just depends on the weight. Yeah, Tony, absolutely. Check it out. If you, yes, it charges the crate weight and shipping. There is already, so for shipping, there's already like predetermined shipping options in there. So as a buyer, as a seller, excuse me, when you set that certain book up and put it into your store for the auction, you'll select the shipping, and there is one in there for comic books. So, and then if you have like a lot of books, then you'll just weigh the books and then find something in there that's close to that weight. But again, like I said, Tony, if you were looking to start up a Whatnot account to purchase books, click the link in the description below. That's going to give you $10 immediately once you create your account. $10 free money to spend on Whatnot. Now, if you're looking to do it as a seller, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook, send me a DM, and I will get you a referral to be a seller, because it is kind of a timely thing right now with so many people trying to get in. But I can get you a good referral. That way you can try to get in there a little quicker as a seller. So anybody looking to sell, hit me up on the DMs. If you're looking to be a buyer only, hit that link in the description below. It's there right now, and you can sign up and get yourself $10 free towards your first purchase on Whatnot. So why would you turn down free money? Why would you do it? Comics and Death Metal, yeah, my man Ryan. So, ask him. I mean, he's on there every week slinging books. I got him hooked up with his account. So, if you're looking to get in on Whatnot, then hit me up so I can get you that referral. But yeah, make sure you guys are checking out Comics and Death Metal on Whatnot too, because he's on there slinging books like a maniac. All right, so here we go. Let's start this off. You guys are here to see the books. If you have any more questions, please keep dropping those in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, then drop some questions in the comment section below. First thing we're going to have up, it's not going to be the first thing, but I've got these kind of going in order. So we're starting out with Amazing Spider-Man. This is King Size Special. This is Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 6. Now, what's so special about Amazing Spider-Man Annual 6? Well, it is the reprinting of Amazing Spider-Man Annual 1, first appearance of the Sinister Six. So this is a great way to grab that if you can't afford the crazy expensive prices on an Annual 1. This is a good one to get you in there. Our Whatnot name is 2_brothers_comics. If there's someone, I don't know if Ryan or someone maybe could drop that in the chat, but it is 2_brothers. There it is. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. So that is how if you type it in just like that and hit that follow button. And also, I do giveaways on Whatnot every week, multiple giveaways. So that's always going to be available. So thanks for that question, Caleb. And also Eric, thank you. Yeah, you have to type in the 2_brothers_comics. That's the only way you can find me. So if you guys are still having problems, please let me know. Have so many books that I just don't need. I got the bug, and instead of buying what I love, I went for what's hot. Hey, I've been there, man. I'm not there anymore, but I've been there. So if you're looking to get that referral, hit me up on Facebook or Instagram. If you're looking on Instagram, we're at the number 2 Brothers Comics on Instagram. So hit me in the DMs there. I'll get you a link for a good referral. All right, so let's move on through Amazing Spider-Man. Next up, we have issue number 36. Now, issue number 36, the cool thing about this one is, and I think this is kind of a slept-on key, and I'm not trying to just hype up my books, maybe just a little bit, but this is one I did not even know about. This is the first time the Spider-Man web thwip sound is used, is in this book right here. Amazing Spider-Man 36. Now, it's a low grade. As you can see, it's missing a little bit up there at the top. But still, first looter and first thwip sound. So that's going to be another one that's going to be up for sale. 36. Very, very low numbered Spider-Man right there in issue 36. Now we're going to get into some John Romita here. Here we go with the third appearance of the Kingpin in issue number 52. So you have the third appearance of the Kingpin. We all know Kingpin has been nuclear hot recently. The ASM 50 is just out of reach for 90% of people. I know my brother picked up one recently. He didn't pick it up when I told him to a year ago, and then he waited too long, and he paid like 3 times the amount. But that's neither here nor there. Some folks just don't care, you know what I'm saying? They just gonna wait. But you don't have to wait to get that third appearance of Kingpin, issue number 52. It's a really nice copy for as old as it is, especially. Awesome, man. Eric, appreciate that, man. Yeah, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time this Sunday. So here we go with the third Kingpin. Great John Romita cover. John Romita Sr., not Jr., the good Romita Sr. So Kingpin tried to drown JJJ. Yeah, Triple J, and Spider-Man. And so you can pick that one up this Sunday. And we're going to have some cool DC stuff in here too. You show off the big book yet? Well, no, I'm actually sending that one off to be graded. It's actually I'm going to be overnighting it tomorrow, sending it to CGC. I do still have to record the video showing my haul from Lexington Comic-Con, but I did pick up a big book at Lexington that's going to be for sale and whatnot really soon. So Here we go with another John Romita cover. This one featuring Doc Ock in Amazing Spider-Man 53. Amazing Spider-Man 53, great John Romita cover. And again, we're with those low ASM numbers, man. It's hard to find these that aren't absolutely trashed, man. So there you go, right there. And at the same time, people are slabbing these low numbered ASM books left and right. So finding them raw is getting harder and harder. And they don't even have to be a key. If it's a low numbered ASM or low numbered X-Men or something like that, people are slabbing them left and right. And you're going to have to pay more. So we're going to be doing a lot of raws. No slabs this week. And I haven't really sold slabs yet on there. I've just been doing a lot of raw sales because I feel like it gives people a better price. If you want to get it slabbed yourself, you can do that. And you're probably still ending up cheaper than if I sold it to you graded. So the only thing about selling raw is obviously the grades are subjective, but I try to undergrade. If I think something's like a near mint minus, like 9.0 or better is still near mint. So if I think it's like a 9.0 to a 9.2, maybe a 9.4, I'll put like VF, but it's like VF plus or something like that. But here we go with another Romita and Doc Ock cover here. And I'd just like to say that that is what Aunt May's supposed to look like, not that hot fox that we are seeing in the Tom Holland films. So we had the argument on the channel recently, but this to me is what Aunt May's supposed to look like. She's not supposed to be a fox like she is in the Tom Holland movies. And after 54, we've seen the Doc Ock, we see the Romita, we know it's coming, a book that has just blown up over the past few months. We do have an issue 55 that will be for sale this Sunday, and this is just a great Doc Ock and John Romita cover. I actually dig this one. I'm not a Spider-Man guy, but I dig this one. This is a cool cover. So he's kind of got like that half bowl cut going on, but I like the whole thing with the glasses, and you see the tentacles wrapping up Spidey. Doc Ock wins there on the bottom. Great colors. So that's a good one. This one's definitely been getting hot lately, and I guarantee you people are slapping that one left and right. And all these are kind of low grade, so they're not going to be starting at like $100 a piece, like, if it was a higher grade. But all these are pretty much going to start below $100. Yeah. So here we go with Amazing Spider-Man 66 with a great, and I can't remember, is this John Romita? Maybe someone can tell me in the chat if this is John Romita. But Amazing Spider-Man 66. I don't know. Is this the best Mysterio cover ever? Is this better than his first appearance cover? Because that one was really good too. But I don't know. To me, a lot of people I think this one is probably the best Mysterio cover. I tend to like the first appearance one better, but a lot of people really like issue 66 better than his first appearance cover. So, but this is another great cover and awesome book. So that's going to be up for sale as well. Why is it blowing up? I have no idea. I just saw it on the Comic Tom list like 3 or 4, 5 weeks in a row, that 55. So it may have been because of the movie, or Doc Ock's first appearance just getting so far out of reach for most people. So they're just reaching, trying to grab like what's the next best Doc Ock book. So okay, so that was Romita. Awesome. I hope she stays a hot fox. Yeah. I guess. So here we go. I believe this is another Romita. I could be wrong, but this is a great cover. And this thing is super clean. You will notice there's a crease across here. And honestly, if I was smart, I would just get this pressed, and I could probably start it out way higher. If I was to just get that crease pressed out, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it up like this, and you guys can get it. Oh, yep, it is Romita. It says it right there. Bam, Romita. So John Romita senior cover, and I mean, you get that pressed out, and you've got one hell of a beautiful book right here. This is a great cover, and it is super vibrant with the colors. It's not beat to death. Like I said, it just has that one crease across there, and I think that'll press out and look really well. All right, now we got a couple twinsies coming up, so we got 2 copies of the second appearance of Carnage, Amazing Spider-Man 362. This is the second appearance of Carnage. Now, I know Carnage has kind of dropped in popularity, but if you're one of those people that, was waiting for that, then here's your opportunity to grab these because they're going to be up for sale. I got 2 copies. All right, next up is another book that has been super, super hot as of late. Yeah, all lower numbered ASM books have just been going crazy. So, I wouldn't say, I don't know that there's ever going to be a good time to get in on ASM low numbers, but I would say that the later you wait, the worse time, that the later you wait, the more the later you wait, the more expensive they're going to be, obviously. But here's another book that's gotten really hot as of late. Amazing Spider-Man 365, first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. Now, this is direct edition. Now, I will tell you, I have several copies of the direct edition that I'll be putting up for sale. Now, not only do I have the direct edition, I have one copy of the newsstand, first Spider-Man 2099. So I'm going to have several copies of the direct, and one copy of the newsstand is going to be available. Hobgoblin related to books. Just finished the Whatnot app. I'll need a referral from you guys soon. Okay. Oh, well, I was going to send you a link so that you could. Okay. I tell you what. I'll hit you up and I'll get you that referral. Just hit me on the Instagram and the DMs, bro. Hobgoblin related books. Honestly, I can't remember. I cannot remember. I don't know if my ASM books go that high. Let me see. Here's a good one. So it's not Hobgoblin, but it is Venom and Eddie Brock. Amazing Spider-Man issue 298. It is a newsstand. It is a newsstand copy. Really nice. It's got a few spine ticks on it. It's not going to get you a 9.8, but it is still a really clean copy, and it is the newsstand, so that matters to a lot of people. And also, this is Todd McFarlane's first art on Amazing Spider-Man, so that is probably a bigger key aspect than the whole Eddie Brock having Venom looking over his shoulder. The Venom cameo. So it is the first Venom cameo. But the big thing about this one, I think, is the Todd McFarlane's first work on Amazing Spider-Man. All right, another book I've got multiple copies of is Amazing Spider-Man 375. So if this is one that you're missing in your run, or you're just looking for some awesome Mark Bagley shiny goodness, I will have several copies of this one that'll be up for sale as well. All right, let's get into some DC, and then we'll roll back into the Marvel. Like I said, it's all in alphabetical order, so we're getting into Batman. So here we go. I believe this is from 1959, maybe? It's a 10-cent Batman. Okay, 10-cent Batman. Seawood, what's up, brother? So yeah, here we go. 10-cent Batman. We're gonna have that up for sale, and for as old as it is, it is actually really nice book. So we're gonna have that. Now this next one is a big book. This is a big boy book. Now you're saying, well, dude, it's missing the cover. I know it's missing the cover, but it is still the first Silver Age Riddler, and that book has gone crazy expensive. So if you want to grab you a facsimile cover and just pull that off of the facsimile and just wrap it around this one, put it in the bag just so it looks better, but you have the actual book. Some people like the coverless books. So, I think even coverless, this book's still going for like $60, $70 or something like that. Is crazy. So we're going to have that available. We've got a 15-cent Batman, Neil Adams Batman, featuring the Beatles. So Neil Adams Batman featuring the Beatles on cover. Bourbon Bacon, what's up? So this is another big book, man. I was surprised to see how expensive this book is. But you know, Neil Adams and the Beatles, it's pretty expensive and it's a big deal. So Dead Till Proven Alive, and the clue is on the album cover. Can you tell which Beatle is the one that is dead? I'll give you guys a second. Can you tell who's dead? Which one's dead? I know which one it is. Next up, we're going to go into, this one got out of order, but it is Jimmy Olsen, issue 133. This is Jack Kirby's first artwork when he came to DC and started the Fourth World. This is the beginning of the Fourth World for DC. This is the beginning of Jack Kirby's big, illustrious run for DC is right here on this book. It's a great cover. Another one of those covers where Superman's getting beat to death on his own cover, just like Spider-Man does a lot of times. So that's a nice key as well. And now we're just going to get into a few Batmans. They're not big keys, but it is Silver Age Batman. This is issue number Detective Comics 355. So Silver Age Detective Comics, that's always something awesome to have if you're a Batman collector. And I believe this is Carmine Infantino on this one with Detective Comics issue number 366. Infantino did some awesome covers back in the day, especially for Silver Age Batman stuff. So this is another great one to try to pick up if you can, if you're into that kind of thing. Now we roll back over to DC's Batman and Neil Adams with Batman issue 385. And I think the only thing about this is it's just a really cool Neil Adams cover. It is beat. It is beat. If it was in nicer shape, this would have been in the collection. But you can just look at this and tell this is Neil Adams. A press would make it much more presentable. But it is got some pretty bad wear on it. But the colors are still really vibrant. And like I said, I think a press will make it much more presentable. So that's a really cool one. Now, this may possibly be the biggest book I'm going to have for sale this Sunday on Whatnot, May 1st at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Perry Comics, what is up, brother? Makes my heart happy to see you in the chat, man. Hope you're doing well and miss you, man. Love you, brother. Hope you're doing well down there in Florida. Bourbon Bacon says, great to see some old DC love. Always, always, always. The only reason why I don't have more old DC books is because they're just so damn expensive. People think Silver Age Marvel is expensive. Yeah, well, Silver Age DC, and then, you know, you go back into the Golden Age DC, like DC's expensive stuff. But this could quite possibly be the most biggest book I'm going to have for sale this week. But if you're thinking it's out of your price range, it's probably not, because actually the cover's detached, which breaks my heart. But this is the first time we see the red suit. First appearance of Daredevil's red suit in Daredevil issue number 7. Plus, it's John Romita. I believe it's John Romita, if I'm not mistaken. I could dig around and figure that out, but I really thought this might be John Romita. But it is also, you know, early Submariner. Plus, you have the red costume, so it's got a lot of things going for it. Even though the cover is detached, it is still a really big book, and it is something that is this book in general, I think, is definitely undervalued as a whole. But this is definitely an entry-level book here. It'll be an entry-level price, something that you'll be able to grab and at least have one in your collection. And if you don't want to tell anybody the cover is not detached, you don't have to tell anybody the cover is detached. They can't tell in the back and board, right? Any volume 1 Captain Marvel? Not today, brother. I'm not gonna have it in this. But shoot me if you're looking for a list. Shoot me a list, brother, and I'll see what I can find. Thanks for hanging out, though, B. Ramey. All right, so here we go. Early Fantastic Four issue 31, and this is the first appearance of Franklin Storm, which is Sue and Johnny Storm's father. You got a Mole Man appearance. Really early a Fantastic Four Silver Age book. Fantastic Four has been super popular as of late. Everybody on Whatnot's always asking for Fantastic Four, and everybody's fighting over it like it's the last piece of pie at the party. So got some really old, early Fantastic Four here. I'm working on getting some earlier Fantastic Four, and I've got some bigger books that I'm actually sending to CGC just because they're so big, they got to be graded. I got to get them graded. And once I get those graded, those are going to be up for sale as well. Now we're going to get into the good stuff, the Kirby Fantastic Four. So here we have issue 75. Then there's no big key aspect to this one except for the fact that it is an iconic Jack Kirby Fantastic Four cover. And speaking of iconic Jack Kirby Fantastic Four covers, we got two, not one, but two, count them, two Fantastic Four issue 55s. This is an awesome read. If you've never read this story, this is a fantastic read. Ben Grimm fighting the Silver Surfer throughout the entire book because Ben Grimm, he thinks Silver Surfer's moving in on his lady, so they have an all-out brawl, and Silver Surfer does him so dirty, man. He rolls him up, folds him up like a lawn chair. But he had to go supernova to do it because Ben Grimm ain't no you-know-what. So we're going to have two copies of this for sale. One of these, I think I have, this it's like a VG copy, and the other one's like a fine copy. So one will be just a little cheaper than the other one to start off with. I've got actually a nice copy of this at CGC right now, or it may be being shipped home. We're going to find out hopefully soon. My Man Cave Comics sent me a copy of this way back when, so I'm excited to get that back. But if you don't have one and you're looking for one, this book is on the rise constantly, so great entry-level copies of that. Another book I have two of is going to be Fantastic Four Special Edition, issue number 1. I have two copies of that. Now, one of them does have a little crease right here, but the other one is like, beautiful. And what's so special about this book is this is actually kind of like that Amazing Spider-Man Annual 6. This is a reprinting of Fantastic Four issue number 1, which is the big Submariner key that has just been going nutso lately in the past few months. So that one's getting way out of reach. So this is a great one to try to get into. If you're hunting down those Submariner or early Fantastic Four books, this is going to be the next best thing to the annual number 1, which is just, like I said, gotten crazy. So we have a super clean copy. And then we have a copy that's got, like I said, it's got the little spine tick right there. And with a press, it's hard to tell if it breaks color, but with a press, it's definitely going to look a lot better. Keeping on with the Fantastic Four, we've got Fantastic Four 210. I've got two newsstand copies of this, which I think at the time newsstand was pretty much all you were getting. So, but that's why I try not to like harp too much on the newsstand stuff, because a lot of people will do that and they don't even realize that at the time that the book came out, like that was all that you had available. So, but regardless, it's a great Galactus cover. We all know what the big deal with Galactus is right now. So I've got one that's just a little worse for wear, and then a really, really nice clean copy here. So they'll be starting out at two different price points, but you'll have a chance at two chances at that book anyway. And continuing on with Galactus, this is another big Galactus book in 9.8. In a 9.8, I think this book's going for like almost $400, maybe even a little more last time I checked. But Fantastic Four issue 243, a great Galactus cover where he's fighting the Fantastic Four. And obviously you see Doctor Strange, Thor, and Captain America there. So it's everyone versus Galactus. Need we say more? Great cover. I was on the I tried to buy a second copy of this at the con this past weekend so I could have one for me and one to sell. But I ended up running out of money. So it may just be one I try to grab later on in a 9.8 or something. We'll see, because I do love this cover. I love this cover. Fantastic art there. Next up, we have Fantastic Four 244, and this is the first appearance of Frankie Ray as the second Nova, and she also becomes a Herald of Galactus as well. Now, just a few things about this book. Number one, it needs a press badly. It is a newsstand copy. They were not all newsstands at this time. It also is a Mark Jewelers copy. However, the cover is detached, which is very, very sad. However, like I said, you don't have to tell any of your friends that. If you're not getting it graded, you don't have to tell anybody. You just keep in the back and board. Like, hey, I got this. It's a Mark Jewelers, and it's a newsstand copy, and I got it. So that's going to be starting out really cheap. I actually have two really, really nice, clean copies they're going to CGC. So, but I do, like I said, I didn't see the point in sending, I wish that one being the Mark Jewelers and the newsstand. I wish the cover was not detached because I would have just pressed it and cleaned it and got it sent off, and it would have been a really nice book, but it is what it is. So next up we have Fantastic Four 257. So this is a freaking awesome cover, man. Awesome Galactus cover. And in this one, Galactus actually defeats a Skrull to take their throne. I don't know the whole story, but there's a whole thing with Galactus and the Skrulls, Super Skrulls or whatever, to take their throne. And it's I can't wait to read this story. I can't wait to get to this point in Fantastic Four because it sounds great. But the cover is fantastic on this one. Really, really nice, beautiful copy too. So if you've been trying to get that Silver Surfer #1, because the 48, Fantastic Four 48 is just through the roof, 49 through the roof, 50 through the roof. So you go to look for the Silver Surfer #1. It's getting wild too. I mean, even in the lowest of low grades, it's still several $100s. So we have the Marvel Comics Fantasy Masterpieces issue #1, which is the reprinting of that book, and the cover is exactly the same. They changed a little bit of the colors. But everything else is pretty much the exact same, and it's a really, really awesome book to have if you can't afford that Silver Surfer #1. And you're not going to have just one chance at that one, because this one here is it's got some wear on it, but then we also have this squeaky clean copy here of the same exact book. So we're gonna have 2 copies of this. They're gonna be for sale this Sunday, and like I said, you got one that's gonna be much more affordable, and then this one right here is going to start up just a little bit more. But I mean, regardless, the book is not super expensive. So I don't even remember what I was going to start them off with. I think like $25 for the really nice one or something like that. So a nice entry level book if you can't get that Silver Surfer #1. All right, next up, these I think are. Man, I've been so close to not selling these because they're so high grade, and I definitely think this set is going to at some point have, a little more heat behind it, because it is the X-Men versus the Fantastic Four, and we are so excited to get both of these groups, both of these teams in the MCU. So let me do this. That way you guys can see them all a little better. But these are all like near mint copies. They are super clean. We have the entire set of X-Men versus Fantastic Four. And like I said, and I almost decided not to even put these up for sale. In 9.8, these things are going for almost $100 a piece in 9.8. And I think we have several 9.8 candidates here. So I thought about it, but I was like, you know what? Let's just put them in a set and just sell them all together. Because I'm sure there's people out there that would love to have this set. And if you're looking for it and you're looking for a beautiful, beautiful set, bam, there they are. All right, let's roll back into some DC. Bourbon Bacon. I'm DC at heart, but Daredevil is my favorite Marvel hero, and that's a fire book, even detached. Yeah, I've already had offers of $150 and more on that Daredevil, so I'm probably going to start it at 150. If it doesn't go, then I'll just give it to that buyer who made the offer for the highest offer. But that's probably where I'm going to start it, and that's still super cheap for that book. So. What's going on? White Tiger, Cool Comic Collective. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. Vinny, what's up? What's up? I think that could happen in the MCU. Oh, the Fantastic Four versus the X-Men? Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so here we go. Here we go. Back into some DC. So here we have Flash issue 147. And I'm not up to date on my Flash key, so I'm going to cheat and look on the back. So this is the second appearance of Professor Zoom. Professor Zoom's second appearance. He's not wearing that awesome black costume, but this is early Flash. Silver Age, 12 center. It does have the tape tear there. I mean, come on, people. When you're taking the book out of the back and board, you pull the tape off, you sit it all the way over here, and then you deal with the book. You don't leave the tape on the flap, because even if you're the baddest dude out there with pulling books out, like sometimes I think I don't have to worry about it because I can get them out quick without damaging the book. You don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen. Next up, we have Flash issue 127, first cover appearance of Gorilla Grodd. And I don't know if this is like his second appearance or third appearance, but I do know this is his first cover appearance of Gorilla Grodd. Really nice copy. I love that green on there. It's another 12-cent Flash. So that'll be another nice one that'll be up this weekend. Next up, we have Flash issue number 120. Flash. Uh-oh. Comic Cam is acting crazy. I accidentally tapped it. So we have Flash issue. Whew, that's a tongue twister. 120. So this is the first time Kid Flash and Flash were together. So if I'm not mistaken, and somebody in the chat help me out here, Kid Flash is Wally West, correct? And the other one is Barry Allen. So this is the first Barry Allen and Kid Flash together, or Barry Allen and Wally together. Am I correct there? Sorry about the Band-Aid. I split my finger open at work last week, and still haven't been able to get the Band-Aid off because it's pretty bad. But someone confirm or tell me I'm wrong about Barry Allen being the Flash here and that being Wally West that he's working with. So that's from what I've been told by my Flash buddies, Burt Family 54 Comics. This is a pretty big Flash book. So. All right, let's get on to the next one. Next up, we have Iron Man issue number 120. This is a newsstand copy, but again, I believe all copies at this time were newsstand copies. Let me get the camera back close. Here we go. I believe all copies at this time were newsstand. Excuse me. I believe all copies were newsstands at this time. This is a first appearance of Justin Hammer. This is also the beginning of the Demon in the Bottle series, but it's got a Submariner fighting Iron Man on there. That's driving the price as well. I was surprised at how much this book was worth. I was really surprised. I've got two extremely clean copies that are going to go to CGC, but I figured this one right here probably wasn't, 9.6 or better, so I was going to just go ahead and hold on to this one for the sale and sell it raw. Next up for Iron Man, man, this book has been crazy hot. And the first time I noticed this book, Nick and I brought our families to this little restaurant there in Huntsville or outside of Huntsville. And it's a comic book themed cafe. And I saw this book hanging on the wall and I said, I got to get that. That cover is too cool. And as soon as I started looking for it, I realized, oh, it's extremely expensive. And why is that? Because Dr. Doom is on the cover. Dr. Doom is on the cover. Iron Man 150, the Iron Man versus Dr. Doom cover, the black cover. And, man, this thing is just gotten wild, man. It used to be, from what I was told when I started looking for it at cons, it used to be like a $15, $20 book. Now it's like $50, $60 book, like, near mint copies, like super 9.8 quality tier copies are going for like $100 at cons and stuff like that. And I was just like, well, dang. All right, well, maybe I'm not looking for this one. But you're not going to have just one chance to get this one. You got two directs, and we got a newsstand copy that are going to be up for sale this weekend. I got these for a great deal, but I really, really want this one in a 9.8. That's the only reason why these three, you're like, well, dude, you just said you were looking for some. You got 3 copies. Keep one. Well, I want one to hang on my slab wall, though, and I'm kind of a snob, so I want a 9.6. I want a 9.8, so bought these. They're not going to hit 9.8. So I was like, okay, well, somebody else is going to be able to have them. And if you're not a 9.8 slob and you're cool with raws, then you're going to have not 1, not 2, but 3 opportunities to grab that book. All right, now let's get into some X-Men. Now I'm going to go out of order because I'm not going to show the big book first. I'm going to show the second one. All right, so with the X-Men, I'm going to work from the high numbers to the low numbers because I got some really good ones. But here we go. We're going to show these all first. And I will give credit to my man, Justin Birch. because he helped me. He actually helped me find these, man. So we have the Jim Lee X-Men 11s. These have been pretty sought after as of late. Really iconic cover, and these are newsstands. And I say these and newsstands because we have 2 copies of the newsstand of X-Men issue number 11. Fantastic, iconic Jim Lee cover here. I'm not sure if okay, I thought it might be a wraparound, but it's not. So beautiful covers here, beautiful books. I think one of them's got, I think they both have like 1 or 2 little spine ticks. They're not going to hit you a 9.8, but the presentability on them is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful copies. So we're going to have 2 of those up. Put these over here. Now I need to find some new bags and boards for these. I forgot that I hadn't done that yet. We have 2 copies of X-Men 210, which is another iconic cover, and John Romita Jr. artwork here. And this is the first appearance of the Marauders. And I think there was, it was the first appearance of the Marauders, and it's also the beginning. This is part 1 to the Mutant Massacre. So this is another one that at some point is probably going to get hot. It has not yet. So if this is one you're missing in your hole, we're going to be running them cheap. So there you go. I think I'm starting one at $5 and one at $8. So I'm going to be running those cheap for you guys. I got to put them in new bag and board though. He fights the deal every year for his mother's soul. Good guy. I never used to like Dr. Doom, but I love him now. Dude is fearless and will fight anyone. And I know in his heart he will not lose. Absolutely. Yeah, Dr. Doom is awesome. So here we go. Another one, my man Justin Birch helped me find. Uncanny X-Men issue 184. This is the first appearance of Forge and Naze. So they work together, but it is a newsstand copy. And in this time, we did have newsstand and direct, but this is a newsstand copy of 184, first appearance of Forge. This one is on the uptick, it looks like. So that was another cool one that's going to be up for sale this week. It definitely, would do from some cleaning in the white there. Probably help you get a little bit of a gray bump if it's one you were looking to get graded for sure. Now we're going to get into some Silver Age X-Men because that's what we all love, right? Silver Age X-Men. So here we go. This is the first appearance of the new X-Men costumes. This is also the origin of Cyclops X-Men issue number 39. And this is an iconic cover, and it's featuring the X-Men in the beautiful costumes that we all know and love, that first team for. So you got Ms. Marvel in the green. You start to see kind of Cyclops moving towards that more iconic blue and gold suit. He's just missing that strap across him there, and it's pretty much the exact same thing as you're getting in the Jim Lee's X-Men. So another really low number X-Men, issue number 39, Silver Age, and this stuff's not getting any cheaper. Day by day, stuff like this is not getting any cheaper. Yeah, this isn't the first appearance of Mimic. That cover is actually extremely close to this one though. That Mimic cover, it's very close to this cover though. I have a dozen 9+0 copies of 210 to 213. Hey, that is good. I would hold on to those, Doug. I would hold on to those, brother. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out, man. All right, so here we go. I said that I thought the Daredevil might be the biggest book. Depending on what you collect, you might disagree when I pull out the second appearance of the Juggernaut, X-Men issue number 13. Now, this book is extremely pricey because everyone is specking on X-Men. And when you're specking on X-Men, you got to spec on the X-Men villains. And so the first appearance of Juggernaut, who can afford that? Who can? And if you can't afford that first, you're always going to go for that second, just like my man Tony Sanders says. And that's what we have here, the second appearance of the Juggernaut. Now, what's cool about this one? It's super low grade. Super low grade. The cover is attached, but it does have a piece missing here. It's got a piece missing here. The back has got some like little holes. It's like, I don't know if something like chewed on the back or what, but it's super low grade. It's going to start out super duper cheap, but it is still X-Men 13. the second appearance of the Juggernaut. Fantastic cover, great book, and because of its low grade nature, it is going to start out extremely affordable, which I love because I'm right there with most people where I'm not looking for 4.0, 5.0 copies of stuff like this because it's just so expensive. It's so expensive, and I'm totally okay with getting a 1.8 or a 2.0 and stuff. Most of my big books I'm sitting here looking at, I've got a 4.0, I got a 3.0, a 2.5, a 3.0, a 2.5, and you know what? From this distance, they look like 9/8 to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's another one that's going to be a really big one for people, I think, during the sale this weekend. And it's going to be super affordable because of the grade and the condition of it. So if it's one that you just got to have in your collection and you're okay with low grade, maybe upgrade later on, buy it now. When the book goes up even higher, you sell it, you put a little with it, and you buy a higher grade copy, or you buy her that first appearance. So there's ways to play that game. There's ways to play that game. You just got to know how to work it and make it work for your budget. So I'm hoping that this one is going to be one that people will appreciate because it is going to be an affordable book, and you're still going to have that big book feel, but at an affordable price. And that's I try to do that as often as I can. I really do. Any manga, no manga, no. But if you do want to buy manga, you can always go on Whatnot because Whatnot, we sell manga too. We do sell manga too on Whatnot. Now, that is everything that I'm going to have for sale as of this very moment, this Sunday. However, I do have half a long box of stuff sitting here ready to go should we sell out too quickly. We have a half a long box of stuff ready to go. If anybody would like to see some more of this stuff I have in here, I can show some more of this stuff we have. And if we don't get to it this Sunday, it'll be for sale the following Sunday. So if anybody's interested, I can show some of that stuff. You guys just let me know. We've been going for about an hour, so I'm okay with shutting her down now. But I will tell you, in this stuff that we have, because this weekend I'm trying to just do mainly like bronze and silver stuff. But going forward, I have New Avengers. And if you haven't read New Avengers and you're a spec person, I will tell you, this is not the only book I would be specking on in New Avengers. If you're a speculator and you haven't read New Avengers, I would not just be specking on this one. And yeah, we got two copies. We got two copies of this, and I don't know if we'll get to them this week, but if we don't get to them this week, it'll be the following week. But I've got a ton of this run. I've got the incentive 1 in 10s, 1 in 15s, 1 in 25s, and I've got the A covers. But this is not the only book that I would be specking on if I was specking. That New Avengers run has got a ton of stuff in there that if they were to put it in the MCU, I would be so hyped. I would be so jacked up about it. So much potential in that run. But we've got that. I've got a couple copies of the New Avengers, which is the Illuminati as Skrulls. And then we know, yes, Sentry. Oh my God, Sentry. So New Avengers was my first ever dealing with the Sentry, and oh my God, so good. But this one here, I got two copies of this one. Now we know we're getting the Skrulls in Secret Invasion, and I do have the entire Secret Invasion run that'll be available. But we know we're getting Illuminati. It's happening. We know we're getting the Skrulls. It's happening. I thought this was just like perfect, too cool. And I love this cover, whether it's the Skrulls cover or the actual Illuminati cover. This is a beautiful cover. Here's another one, really cool Doctor Strange that we're going to have either this week or next. Just depends on how we're doing this week. Some people like to have some of the modern stuff, and some of these I still got to put in new bags and boards because they're kind of cloudy. To me, this Illuminati book here, I know there's the Illuminati #1 that looks like that Scrolls book that everybody wants. Man, that cover though. That cover. How many times have you seen Reed Richards on a cover and he doesn't look cool? Like, he looks badass right there. Like, that's the most badass Reed Richards has ever looked on a cover. And I think that goes for a lot of these guys. This cover right here is just beautiful. Fantastic cover. And I don't know who the cover artist is on this, but bravo. Yeah, like I said, we have Secret Avengers in there. We've got the Secret Invasion. I've got the Vengeance series. I know I know obviously the Magneto is the big one, but I think there's also some key aspect to some of these other ones as well. So we've got the Bullseye cover there. We've got the Doc Ock, and we got the Loki. So I think there's some key aspect to those as well. And if we got Star Wars fans in the house, we got that Kylo Ren issue #2, Clayton Crane cover. There's some first appearances in that. And then we've also got the X-Wing Rogue Squadron Rebel Opposition issue #1 from Dark Horse, and it is super clean, super clean. So we got a couple Star Wars books. I've actually got a Star Wars issue #1 that's going to be going to CGC really soon. If we have Turtle fans in the house, we got any Turtle fans in the house? If you're a Turtle fan watching now or watching the replay, here we go. Flaming Carrot issue 25. This is a crossover, early crossover for the Turtles with the Flaming Carrot. But the cool thing about this is on the inside cover, it's signed by Bob Burden. It's signed on the inside cover. And not only that, but we have the only time Todd McFarlane has ever worked on Turtles. Only time he's ever worked on Turtles in issue #27 here. And this one is also signed. There we go. Also signed by Bob Burden. They're both signed on the inside cover. So that is super cool. And to have the first and only time McFarlane has done a Turtles is super, super cool. You can see right there McFarlane with his little scroll. So a lot of people, I don't think, really know McFarlane worked on Turtles, but it was just once. So this is the last set I'm going to show, and then we're going to roll out. But I think that we definitely have a fan base for this. I personally am not, but I know just from dealing with my brother, I do know that there is a fan base for this. So here we go. Let's show these off. So we have from Viz Comics, Dragon Ball issue #3. You were asking for manga. This is the closest thing you're going to get. Now, these do open left to right. They do read left to right, just like the manga. And these are really clean, really clean. And I will say, it's got great artwork on them. So Dragon Ball issue #4. And I don't know if there was like a big deal with newsstand or non-newsstand on these, but it looks like these are all newsstand copies. So Dragon Ball issue #8. And I still have to look these up. I haven't even looked at these. I haven't priced them or anything. But like I said, I don't know if these will be available this week, but definitely for the following weekend. Dragon Ball Z, or as I like to call it to aggravate my little brother, Dragon Man Z, issue #4. Continuing on with the newsstands. I think they're newsstands. So if you're watching this and you're saying, dude, those are not newsstands, then don't berate me in the comments, okay? Just say, hey, bro, those aren't newsstands. They're directs. This is how you know. And I appreciate it. Because like I said, this is not my territory with being Dragon Ball, but I do know that there is a huge fan base, and these are hard to come by. So here we have Dragon Ball Z issue #5 and issue #6. So I'm going to stop right there. We are hitting an hour and 10 minutes. So guys, again, this Sunday, May 1st, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Be on Whatnot on the Two Brothers Comics channel there. Link is in the description. If you do not have a Whatnot account, Click that link and sign up. You'll get $10 free that you can spend at my auction or anybody else's auction. It's going to be free money for you. If you're having any problems finding our account, it is 2_brothers_comics. You can search for us there on Whatnot. If you can't find us, please hit us on Facebook, email, or in the IG DMs, and we can make sure that you find us on there. Go hit the bookmark tonight, though. You guys hit that bookmark button, and it gives you a reminder, and it also helps because the more bookmarks I have, the higher my sale goes on the, you need to watch list come Sunday. So hopefully everybody can show up and get some great books this Sunday. Again, be on Whatnot at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, and hope to see you guys there. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. And as always, collect your way.